Okay, so this is just a good, I guess, teaching opportunity. We're gonna go back to the basics. In the past, you've seen us use our mini excavator and our skid steer on all kinds of demos. Peekaboo! Timber! In this case, I don't even think it's worth going out to the shop to grab the mini, because by the time we get it loaded, bring it here, load it back up, bring it home, I could have all of this done with only a few simple tools. So as much as I'd love to play with the mini, at the end of the day, I don't think we need it for this. And if you've actually seen me do a shed demo before, I really don't need any tools. But not everybody that watches this channel has access to the dumpsters or the equipment we do. And so I'm gonna take this as an opportunity to step back in time and do it the way I would have in the past with only 3 simple tools. You have been given the hammer as your base tool, the Sawzall with additional blades and interchangeable battery, and of course, the circular saw with additional reloads as well.
Turns out I am in terrible physical shape.
Do the breathing. Count to 10, mate. That's right. Come on. Hold it.
Too hot. Well, normally I would just have my drill with me, but the whole idea of this video now is to do it with only 3 tools. You gotta be me. Is it cheating? If I swap blades, is it still considered 3 tools? Man. Does it count if I find another tool? I mean, it's kind of like a scavenger. I don't think this is gonna help me though. This might. I'm gonna carefully take this window out so we don't end up with glass everywhere. It looks like it's pinched from the outside, so all these trim pieces come off, and we might be able to get it off. Woo! Saved it. Get that one out of our way. So normally I'd take this wall out, that wall out, and then push the whole structure over. But that wall over there is against a bunch of bushes. So I'm wondering if I just chop these down, if it'll kind of fall this way. We'll see. This thing's pretty sturdy. I mean, maybe it is. We're holding on by a thread. I guess we just keep cutting a couple more 2x4s. So this is exactly why I said you really want to cut this side and the other side, because now we've bound it up and it's twisted. So I knew not to do it, and I still did it anyway.
What an idiot! Oh, what a loser!
So it's gonna take a little bit more work, but we'll get it done. We also need to give a shout out to our sponsor, Docket. Thanks to them, we're able to do projects like this while also staying on top of everything in the dumpster business. With them, we're able to have our online booking, our processing, and keeping track of customer information is essential. It keeps everything running smoothly and keeps people like Keegan on task, even when I'm not around. So if you're looking for a way to streamline your dumpster business, give Docket a try. You can actually use the link in the description below to take a look at a free demo. And if you decide to use them, they'll waive your startup fees. It's the easiest way to take your business from what it is to what it could be. So at this point in the project, it's time to drop that dumpster on the ground so we can easily load everything. I'm gonna cut everything into smaller chunks, but this is moving pretty darn quick. I mean, after getting it down on the ground, loading's been very easy. I don't really even think I need this. We could probably just use the Sawzall for all of it, but I'm gonna try to make a nice cut all the way across here. That way we can use the Sawzall to just cut the little bit of wood that's left, but this should give me a nice clean line. Safety squint, right here, safety squint. Woo! And that's why you always engage safety squints immediately. Ow. So we're down to the last couple pieces, and I mean, take a look. We filled this dumpster pretty much to the top. We've got a little bit of room in the front. But from here, what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna take all of this material out to the shop, and I'm gonna show you what would have happened had we had actually just brought the mini excavator out. We achieved the same result with only 3 tools, but the efficiency is completely different with a machine like the mini. So I only allowed myself to use 3 tools, but I also brought 4 batteries. I'm down to using 3 already. We got 1 left. Hopefully it makes these last couple cuts and we can call it. Wonder what the heck was living in that hole. I mean, jeez. I was told there was a groundhog in this area. I'm kind of wondering if that might have been its den. All right, so technically this is a 4th tool, but it's a paid job, so we gotta do it. So it's pretty simple. We did this job by hand, and it took a lot of room in this dumpster. But here's the thing, got another dumpster sitting right here from all the work we've been doing at the shop. But I want to take all of that and I want to put it in here so we can save ourselves a trip. And it's a good thing we've got that. Had I brought that, we could have crunched all of this down, but I think now what we're going to do is just combine it all into one dumpster. Okay, so we could have just taken the mini, right? We could have ran it to town, demoed that shed really quick, but it would have been overkill. And at the end of the day, we wouldn't have even covered the bottom of this because we would have crunched it up so much. So because we have this dumpster here, I know we can essentially combine the two of these. We're closer to the landfill. We save ourselves a trip. And we get full use out of these dumpsters that I'm using, because time is money in that case, and every trip to the landfill is costing me a lot of money. And at the end of the day, this was almost a challenge. I mean, I haven't had to do a demo like that by hand in a long time. And at this point, that's still a lot of stuff. And that over there is also a lot of stuff. So it'll be interesting to see if we can get it all into one dumpster. All right, we're gonna start by pushing some of this stuff forward. And I can definitely tell somebody's been using my dumpster because, first off, I don't remember having a dishwasher in the shop. But what dishwasher? I don't see a dishwasher anymore. The nice thing is we made ourselves a little pocket here. We'll close the door now so stuff isn't flying out. And we will jockey back and forth. What we're gonna do is basically jockey back and forth. We'll drop some scraps in, crunch them up, pound them into this dumpster, reposition the junk, and repeat. I actually really love these Mac Corp dumpsters for just beating on them, because you can really pound the excavator in there and the thing's hardly flex compared to some of the other brands. One piece at a time. Okay, so the nice thing about leaving it on the truck is the height. We're down to just a couple 2x4s. We just start tossing that in. It shouldn't be too bad at all. Let's get the little bit of scraps that are left. That's just the benefit of having equipment. I mean, there's so many options. This wasn't the most efficient way to do this whole project, I'm telling you that. But being able to combine loads and move this kind of stuff around comes in handy. Keegan's already setting that dumpster down, getting that out of the way, and he's on his way to another pickup. Got to keep the flow going. This is one ugly dumpster, so we're gonna need to fix that. I mean, look at that. We didn't even compact it down that much. We got another, you know, not a fourth, but maybe 1/6 of the dumpster left. And we could keep going at it. We could break every 2x4 in here if we wanted and make a lot of room. But at this point, I think it's a nice, neat dumpster. We might throw a couple more things in from the shop. We'll haul it off to the landfill. So I think this is a nice testament to the fact that just because you don't have this type of equipment doesn't mean that you can't do jobs like this and still get them done. And even if you have this type of equipment, doesn't mean you always have to be lazy and run to grab it when you have other options available to you that might be closer and quicker. So we used a little bit of everything to do this job, so it wasn't the efficient way to do it, you know, but in the end, we do have one efficient load to get rid of instead of two now. Just an example of not every business has to be the same to be successful, and there's multiple ways to skin that cat to get the job done. I know if you guys have followed the channel for a while, this is a smaller job than you're used to, but these small jobs are what led to the success that we have now out here at Rolling Operations. So I'll never pass them up. It's a good reminder of how we got here, And I know there's a dozen other ways you would have done the job, so go ahead, tell me in the comments how you would have done it. There's a lot of ways to skin that cat, like I said. But even though we're used to bigger things, sometimes it's nice to pause and do these smaller jobs and experiment, do them different ways. I'll catch you in the next one. I hope you'll like, subscribe, follow, and even hype this video up, because you never know what we're gonna get into next. So I'll see you next time. Thanks again, guys.